Here's my 3-step approach to increase mobility and fix stiffness in knee arthritis. I call this my stiffness treatment spectrum because there are treatments that help you to fix stiffness in the short term and in the long term. Let me detail them to you. In the short term, fixing stiffness is going to come from stretching. Now, there's 2 types of stretching, and both of these only help you for a few hours, maybe a day at most. The first type is called static stretching. You reach over and you hold that for a while, anywhere from 10, 30 seconds to maybe even a minute or more. I don't recommend people holding more than a minute because there's research that shows that you get diminishing returns when you hold a stretch for longer than about 30 to 60 seconds. You're better off backing off and then trying the stretch again in a few seconds and doing a few reps of those. And when it comes to knee arthritis, that might mean bending your knee like this and holding it for 30 to 60 seconds and then resting and then doing it again after a few seconds, 30 to 60 seconds, or pushing your knee straight to try to get your knee to extend or straighten out better. When it comes to dynamic stretching, that means you're moving your leg in and out and repeatedly stretching, not with the intent of exercising, but more so to increase your range of motion. Doing this for a few minutes at a time can increase your mobility and help you be less stiff, especially like first thing in the morning, but you can't rely on any of these 2 types of stretching, static or dynamic, to be a good long-term solution for increasing your stiffness or decreasing your stiffness or increasing your mobility. You have to move into the midterm eventually and the long term. For the midterm, what you need to focus on is cardio. Now, there's different kinds of cardio exercises as well. When you're doing cardio to start out, you want to do something that's low impact and low intensity. Walking might be a good option for you. I have certain beliefs about walking because it's not great for everybody, but if you can do walking in a way that's beneficial for your knee arthritis, then it can be something that helps you to increase your mobility and decrease your stiffness. Starting out with a 10-minute routine, maybe a 30-minute routine as you can work up to it, could be beneficial for decreasing your stiffness. However, if you have a muscle imbalance where you're using your quads too much, which you likely do if you have knee arthritis, there comes a point where when you walk too much, it's actually going to increase stiffness in your knee. Fixing your muscle imbalance by doing some other stuff, which is part of the long-term treatment, is going to be something that you need to do in order to increase your cardio. But more on that in just a moment. The other thing you can do with cardio is start to gradually increase the intensity and the time duration. You might go to the gym or get a piece of equipment for home, something like an elliptical, maybe a treadmill or a bicycle. If you're consistently doing something to move the joint, you're going to circulate the fluid inside the joint and be able to increase the mobility and decrease the stiffness over time. The effects from doing consistent cardio usually lasts more on the length of days instead of hours, like we did with stretching. So that's why this is a mid-term treatment when it comes to the spectrum for decreasing stiffness. Now, in the long term, this is where you're going to get the most bang for your buck, but you can't always go into this right away. Sometimes you have to start with some light stretching, some dynamic stretching, then you have to do some cardio work, and then you can get into the strengthening. But this long-term plan is what's going to allow you to have increased mobility, decrease stiffness for weeks, maybe even months, as long as you can keep up your strengthening routine. That's what it is, strengthening. If you can strengthen key muscles, when it comes to knee arthritis, it's usually the glutes, the lower abdominals, and the toe curl muscles down in your feet, the ones that help you to curl your toes. Strengthening these key muscle groups allows you to better distribute forces through the knee joint so that your joint can be depressurized because you're fixing the imbalance, and you'll wake up feeling more loose, less stiff, ready to take all the first steps of the day without having to hobble around. Hey, I want to tell you about our knee arthritis recovery program. This program is specifically for people that have knee arthritis, whether you've been formally diagnosed, you've had an x-ray or an MRI and the doctor told you that you have knee arthritis, or you suspect you have it, and it doesn't matter how severe it is, if you've had it just mild, grade 1, some doctors will tell you, or if it's more on the severe end. If you have tried exercises and advice and tips that I've given you through our videos here, then chances are have benefited from it because this stuff works, chances are even better that you're going to get tremendous improvements if you join this program. And let me just tell you how it is real quick, how the program's set up. It's a membership program. There's different tiers of this. On the first tier, it's group coaching along with the whole curriculum of 40 plus. I think it's approaching 50 videos now showing you how to do it. So you can just go through the program, watch the videos, and have massive improvements. But you also get access to group coaching where I'm on the call with you, me and my coaches, and you get to ask us questions so that you don't get stuck through this program. And then you also have the option to get our higher tier, which is one-to-one coaching with our recovery coaches, but you still get the group coaching too. And of course you get the whole curriculum as part of that package. So go check out the link nearby here to learn more about the knee arthritis recovery program. And I hope to see you in the program on our coaching calls. If you want more details on which muscles to strengthen exactly and how to strengthen them, the exercises that you need to do depending on the phase that you're in of knee arthritis, you're going to want to check out this video right here. It details the knee arthritis recovery program, which walks you through everything you need to know to fix your knee arthritis.